Good morning everyone. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's something that we've been wanting to do for some time now, and that's to show you guys around our van. But with two kids which are challenging at times, that's just been it's just been near impossible. So what we thought is we'll take you on a journey, a day in the life of what we do on a travel day. So we're traveling today from our campsite to another one a little bit further up the road, which I'll get to in a moment. And then what we'll also do at the same time is I'll show you the inside, Tim can show you the outside of the van, and we'll just come for the journey with us today and we'll show you what it's like full-time travel with two neurodivergent kids. So what's the plan? We're here at the moment at a campsite which is called 14 Mile. It's actually the ridge at 14 Mile. And we're going to be driving 50 k's up the road to Coral Bay, which I can't wait for, but we're going to do a bit of restocking stuff, just the typical daily living. So it's going to be an interesting one. But first, sit, relax, let the kids burn off some energy and see where the day takes us. So this is going to be the unedited version of a van tour at the moment. So Tim and the kids are playing outside, just finishing off breakfast and that sort of stuff. I'm going to do a quick change and a bit of a wipe down because we're running low on water. That's a caravan life problem. But anyway, I'm going to get ready and then I'll see what I can do to start showing you around our home. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you the inside. I'll see how far we get before the kids want to come back inside, and then later on today I'll pass the camera over to Tim and he can explain to you the outside and all the really super cool modifications he's done. So they're pretty amazing. But anyway, okay, so front door. Firstly, let's start with microwave. Now this is an addition that Tim put in, screwed it down so it's all not going to move, anything like that, so it remains there permanently. It comes from Kmart. It was like 50 bucks or something, so worth it. Some of the other modifications he's done is we've got a power board here that's just cable tied on. That goes straight to the inverter, so it just makes things so much easier. Okay, here, all the cupboards that we've got. This is basically the kids section here, so let me show you. We've got toys. Let's see, toys. Oh, now what could you make? Not toys. And there we go, kids' clothes. So we've got Alex's section here, Jasmine's section here. So that's the start of everything up this side. Okay, so you know how I said that this is the unedited version? Sorry, you're gonna have to excuse the mess because this is real life. Anyway, moving on now to the bathroom. Alright, come with me, it's a big tour. So in here we have sink. Tim's replaced the tap for the one that came with the van. The reason being is, have a look at the distance here. He did that so I could fill up all my drink bottles and, you know, cups, that sort of stuff, because the one that came with the van was great, worked perfectly, but it only came to about here and you just couldn't get, you know, kettles, anything like that under. So when it's really windy and we're cooking inside and all of that, this is it's been so much easier and fantastic. Okay, so up in here we've got all of the crap that you put in cupboards in your bathroom, but we've got stuff like what have we got? Soap, shampoos, toiletries, toothbrushes, all the, you know, kids bits and pieces, sun cream, lots of sun cream, and just odds and ends, like, you know, that stuff that just like collects. It's such a mess. Okay, blue standard caravan toilet. If you're not sure how these work, number one, pull out the handle first, bits and pieces go in there, and then standard button. But tip for you, we found, if you have a little container like this, put all your toilet paper and all that in there, because it makes the canister underneath last longer and it doesn't fill up as quick. So we do that and we just chuck out everything like that outside the van, you know, on a daily basis. So we found that just works for us. What else have we done? Oh, these things. These are fantastic. They're little shower things and they stick onto the wall of your shower and they're really handy. Like, you can put them at kids' height. We've got the kids' stuff there. But you could use them, like, you can put them up wherever. Just, why not? Okay, so moving now into the living area. Okay, tip for you if you've got kids, if you don't, and you're just messy in general. These pillow tops, what are they called? Foam sofa seat things. The cover that we've got is actually a cot sheet, so we've just found that they fit pretty well, you know, not exact, but they're way cheaper than anything fancy. And you can just chuck them in the wash with your towels and that sort of stuff. It just saves, you know, it's just a mess. It's just so much easier, and anything to make life simpler. Alright, under here we do have storage. And as you can see, all the storage, we've got all the homeschool stuff, crafty bits and pieces, shoes. And I'll get Tim to go through and explain to you all about that, all the internals workings a bit later on. But I'm going to show you what's here at the moment. Alright, before I show you anything further, I'm just going to make the bed. Reason being because when you fold up the mattress, it makes it so much easier. And also, I'll be able to show you a bit more stuff. So just bear with me for a moment. Now that's better. Okay, where were we? So we've only got one king size bed here. Reason being is all four of us, we all co-sleep, we all fit in it. And this bed's probably one of the only ones that we found which has a king size that goes wall to wall, which is great because no kids fall outside. Now, if co-sleeping is not for you, that's all cool. You know, I'm not after that discussion at the moment. But it's what works for us. We got two kids that just don't sleep. So if you don't understand my words every now and then, it's because I didn't get any sleep. So I think they started at 5 o'clock, I think, today. And we were out at the beach. But luckily it's a beautiful beach, so that's okay. So anyway, I'll show you a couple of things too. Come with me over here. Now, if you've got kids that have a few accidents every now and then, mattress protector, obviously we've got a mattress protector on, we've got some those memory foam stuff, but this thing here is fantastic. It's one of those bed sheets, I think they call it. So if an accident occurs, normally it's contained to just that. You can chuck that one outside, put a new one on, and you don't disturb everyone. So they come in really handy. And we also go the double doona because it makes it a bit easier. We've also worked out down the side here is great for some storage. Just a little cavity there, and space is at a premium in a caravan. If you're after also crafty activities, something to keep the kids entertained, we found these things are fantastic. I don't know if you can see them. They're like little magnetic things where you can like you draw onto them, but caravans, there's always some magnetic surface somewhere. Alright, moving on now. So we've got now the cupboard section down here. This is Tim and my cupboard. So we've got all of Tim's clothes, nice and neat of course. My clothes, hey, not too bad. So I also found these things are fantastic. You can get them once again from Kmart, and they just hold all of your clothes in them. Now, if you look at Tim's, you can see nice and neat, keeps everything in the one spot. Mine, I go for the shove it in method. Oh no, it works. Okay, now we got junk corner. But these things here, so these are from Bunnings, and they stick on with those locks thing, and you sort of like suction them on. They're really good. So we've got a shelf here. We've also got a couple of hooks all around the van. So we've got USB charging, everything. Starlink lives up there. I'll show you the dish on the roof later. Actually, I'll get Tim to do that. We've also requested in this particular van that all the switches get put up as high as possible. We've got two kids, one in particular doesn't listen to instructions, and I can tell you what, that heat will be going on off all day if it wasn't up high. So that was fantastic modification we did. Now this is like another cupboard. We've got more junk. Oh dear, we've got mess everywhere. But there we go, just your stock standard caravan-y one. Hang on, I'll move. That's Alex's iPad there. So in here it's pretty well standard water, we're getting a bit low, grey water, we've got power and all the other buttons in there. Okay, so kids come back, so I'll just go through these next couple of drawers with you real quick. This one, we've just got odds and ends, just junk really. First aid kit there, which is really important. Fan here, just sheets, nothing fancy in that one. Lots of spare sheets, towels, that sort of stuff. And the last one is shoes. It's one of those covers, what do you do with kids' shoes? Fits perfectly. Alrighty, I better get ready. We got speech therapy via Zoom shortly, so I'll get the kids ready for that one and I'll pass the camera over to Tim. And in usual fashion, it's a bit of a change of plan. The flies are just going nuts. Kids are, they're excitable at the moment, so I've just popped them in the car so they can sit, watch their Bubba TVs, have some snacks, just regroup, get out the flies and everything. Tim and I are going to do the pack up and then we're going to drive down to Coral Bay. Get closing all the roof hatches. So I've just come inside for a few moments. Basically we've got the kids back out of the car. Tim's taking them down to the beach. And it's probably a good time just to point out something about our channel. Now we want to remember all the happy stuff. We want to show you guys all of the amazing places that we go to. But don't be fooled, we're travelling with kids and neurodivergent kids for that matter. Although I'm sure this goes for anyone travelling with kids. There are some challenging times. Now we've chosen not to show any of Alex's challenging behaviour or dysregulation, meltdowns, any of that sort of stuff, because that's his private life. But don't get us wrong, they happen. We're helping him through it. He's in lots of therapies, which is amazing, which fully advocate for. Trialing different medications, fully advocate for that. Also anything to help out our kids, isn't it? But after, I mean, we've been on the go all morning, and I just need a bit of a so no one ever really talks about the parent responsibility of, you help your kid through all your emotions, and that's great, but then you got to also work on your own emotions and make sure they all come back down to planet Earth, so you can be the best parent possible. So it's fantastic. Tim's out there at the moment helping the kids, just letting them run around on the beach for a few moments. We'll jump back in the car and that should make then for an easier drive up to Coral Bay if we're all just a bit more travelling with kids. It's got its moments, fantastic ones but challenging ones too. Alright, so we're all good again. Got some water, added some lemon in for something a bit fancy. Waiting for Tim and the kids to get back and we'll be on our way. But if you're ever needing a bit of a break, I'll tell you what, this is the spot to do it. Check that out for the view, like amazing. This Ningaloo coast it's spectacular. We're on the way. Travel day means you can see that we got the Weet-Bix going on. So I'll see if I can one hand Weet-Bix. This is what normally happens in the cart. Extra difficulty level with corrugations. And we did it.
Yeah, you've just got to time the corrugations to the mouthful.
So you might be able to see the bitumen's just over there. We've just, the flies crazy again. We're going to air up tyres, back on solid ground, and then head our way into Coral Bay. Oh, we've done that. I'll show you something. How good is this? They've got all these like bins everywhere, so no excuse for like the rubbish. There's some shocking places around here that's just so dirty with rubbish. There's bins, put it in the bin. So that's what I'm doing now while Tim gets the air in the tyres. Then it's onwards to Coral Bay. Okay, here we are at Coral Bay. So we've just parked the camper, we've been to the IGA, we got some milk, everyone's dancing. We got the bananas, and we thought we'd just stop and have a bit of a swim. Now, a typical day for us. Normally does involve a beach actually. It's Alex's happy place, so we come down here, had a bit of a snorkel, have a bit of a relax, and now we'll just do probably this for the afternoon, and then this afternoon, tonight, we got a bit of a difference. Jazz! I love you too. So for a normal day in our life, now there's nothing normal about our day any day. There's meals, but we normally seem to try and just find like the usual, well, the unusual stuff, and we ended up feeding fish because that's what you do on a standard day. Oh, actually it's, yeah, what you do on a standard day, feed fish. Where's Jasmine? She's up there. But on a standard day we do normally go to the beach, end up feeding something. It was pelicans the other day.
Today it was fish.
What do you know? It's all part of the adventure though. So change of pace tonight. This is not usual, but we're going out to the pub.
Oh, pub tonight.
So we parked over here. The caravan park we will be staying is there.
Right here and there.
The caravan park is right there, except for the fact that tonight we're going to a 24-hour stop because they're all booked out tonight. So to the pub it is. And I know I said day in the life of what we do, but part of day in the life with what we do is dependent on these two, and they really needed our help today. So we'll show you the van in the morning. We're going to have a nice relaxing pub meal.
Mummy.
But we're going to get some food, and then we're going to have an early night, and in the morning we will attempt to show you the outside of our van. There it is, but we'll explain it in a lot more detail. So good morning everyone. So this is day 2 and a half, 1 day of a life of what we do. But yeah, yesterday just got a bit hectic, and look, that happens with kids. So we don't really ever have any plans, and that's why it's taken this long to try and work out how to show you guys a bit of a tour of our van. So anyway, we woke up here at this beautiful side of the road, 24-hour stop, and it's about 15 k's or so up the road from Coral Bay. So what we're going to do, we got another therapist session this morning. So we'll do that. Lucky we got a little bit of internet, so we don't have to worry about getting out the Starlink or anything like that. We'll then head back to Coral Bay, check into the caravan park for our one night that we could get in, and just have a decent shower, do a load of washing, that sort of stuff, relax, jump on the bouncy pillow and that sort of stuff. The kids love it. And then I'll get Tim to show you around the rest of the van and all his super cool modifications that I know he's really proud of it. I think he's pretty clever with that. So let's see what today brings and what the kids allow us to do. So happy kids, that's all we were after. Anyway, I'll show you a quick loop around here. Oh, good morning everyone. So plans change quick. You might have noticed that it's the next day, but anyway, if you haven't, let me backtrack and I'll explain a few things. So we left that parking spot actually yesterday, drove here to Coral Bay, which is a beautiful caravan park. Now here's the thing, traveling with kids, especially neurodivergent ones, things don't always go to plan, as you probably already worked out by this video. So it's a new day, let's just say that. Yesterday we just spent, the kids needed 100% of our attention, which means the cameras go away and we just concentrate on our kids. We just help them work through their emotions, which we get days like that. It's all part of traveling, it's all part of traveling with kids with special needs. So that's what we did. And today is a new day, and the plan today is to drive to the next campsite, which we made a bit of a mistake because we're going to now CARAVAN campsite, which is a beautiful one on the beach. I can't believe we scored this. Like, I don't know how we did. Somebody must have cancelled and we got 3 nights beachfront at CARAVAN campsite here in Cape Range National Park. It's just anyway, we didn't realise that to get there we have to actually drive through Exmouth and around, which is about 250 k's. Now that is a really big day for our kids. On top of that, it's on the back of a couple of really difficult days that they've had, and it just happens from time to time. Like sometimes they just need a stop and a reset, lots of attention, and we're good to go again. We have been packing up a couple of times lately, so that throws them out a bit. But it is what it is, so we just got to take things day by day. I don't know how we're going to do 250 k's a day, but that's all right. Tim's got them down at the park at the moment, burning off a bit of energy. I'm doing a speedy pack up. We'll get out of here. We'll see what today brings, and we'll try really hard to show you what this van's all about. But life with kids, eh? Ready to see what today brings? Yesterday was a bit of a non-event, or an event, depending on which way you look at it.
Yeah, didn't really get up to much yesterday, other than come into town, restock fuel, restock water,
have a shower,
grab a few bits and pieces from the shops,
help the kids.
Yeah, had one of those days yesterday where the kids were just at this level.
It happens.
Yeah.
But they look happy today. You up for 250 k's of a drive?
Yeah.
That we didn't plan for.
Yeah, that's it. So it looks like today, instead of just heading from here straight to the campsite, looks like we're going to have to sort of make a route sort of up north, basically get through to Exmouth.
I don't know.
And then come back down south again to get to the campground. Okay. So we're going to be doing a bit of a backtrack, but looks like it's the only way to get there. So, yep, so be it.
See how it goes.
Exactly.
One way to try. Who knows? It's always a mystery when you travel with us.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what do you reckon? Let's finish up here and get in the car and start going.
Give it an attempt. Look at Bubby. That's how you do it, Jazz. Through the climbing frame.